So you want to know where the best public high schools are in Baton Rouge? If so, stay tuned. Hey everyone, it's Brandon Browning here, your local real estate expert. Let me say this first, if you're watching this video and you're looking to buy or sell anywhere in the greater Baton Rouge area, my wife and I would be honored if you would consider giving us the opportunity to serve you throughout that process. If you would like more information on us, just go down to the description down at the bottom and click on the link to our review page and go check us out. In this video, I'm going to give you some really important and interesting information, like how these three top schools rank not only in Baton Rouge, but in Louisiana. And I'm also going to tell you how they rank in academics, how their teachers rank, how their administration ranks, onto their college prep, health and safety, sports, and even down to their resources and facilities. I'm going to cover how they rank statewide in most of your major subjects, and I'm also going to show you how they rank in high school graduation ratings, ACT scores, and so on. This is going to be fast and jam-packed. Okay, so I almost forgot here. Before we get started, if you don't mind, if you could go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, as I will be doing a lot more videos on a wide variety of topics that will all be extremely helpful and interesting, and some even entertaining. And don't forget to click that little bell so you'll be notified whenever I drop my next video. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at two different sources, niche.com or niche.com, however you want to say it, and greatschools.org. That way we're just not using one resource. And we're going to look at niche.com first and then compare what they have to say to what greatschools.org has to say. So now getting into the content, third ranked school is going to be Zachary High School. Now Zachary has about 1,500 students and is going to be located off of School Street in Zachary. And for those of you that may be moving from another area, as you can see here on the screen, Zachary is on the north side of the parish and it's outside of the city limits of Baton Rouge. Now looking at niche.com, their overall grade is an A, and as you can see here, they have an A- in academics. Their teachers have an A-, they have an A+ in clubs and activities, an A with their administration, an A in food, an A in diversity, a B+ for their college prep, an A in health and safety, an A in sports, and an A in resources and facilities. Niche has them ranked as the number 3 standout high school in Louisiana, and the number 12 best public high school in Louisiana, and the number 14 best college prep high school in Louisiana. The student to teacher ratio is 16:1. 70% of the students and parents agree that teachers give engaging lessons. 80% of the students and parents agree that the teachers genuinely care for their students, and 76% of their students and parents agree that their teachers adequately lead and control the classroom. Looking over at greatschools.org, they give them a 9 out of 10 overall score. Looking over their breakdown on performance by subject, in English they have a 74% proficiency with the state average being at 62. Algebra 1, they're at 83% with the state average being at 62. In geometry, they're at 62%, the state average being at 56. In biology 1, they're at 77% with the state average being at 56%. In US history, they're at 88% with the state average being at 62%. And in English 2, they're at 80% with the state average being at 68%. Looking at their 4-year high school graduation rating, they're at 91% with the state average being at 78%. Their average ACT score is 21 with the state average being at 20, and their ACT participation rate is 95%, which is right at the state average. Looking at other important statistics, 67% of graduates from Zachary are pursuing college with the state average being at 58%, and 86% of graduates who went to college return to college for a second year, and the state average is at 77%. Okay, so who is the number 2 public high school in Baton Rouge? That is going to be Lee Magnet High School. This school is located off of Lee Drive, which is on the southwest part of the parish, just minutes away from LSU. Lee Magnet is a Class A school. At the time of this video, they have around 1,400 students, and their website says that they pride themselves on focusing on preparing their students for a competitive collegiate education. Let's go take a look at their online polls and ratings. Niche gives them an overall overall grade of an A-. They have an A- in academics, a B+ with their teacher, a B- with clubs and activities, a B with administration, a B- with food, an A- with diversity, a B in college prep, a B+ with health and safety, a C+ with sports, and an A in resources and facilities. Niche has them ranked as the number 3 standout school in Louisiana, the number 9 best magnet school in Louisiana, and the number 27 best public high school in Louisiana. There are 10 students to every 1 teacher. 100% of the students and parents agree that the teachers give engaging lessons. 80% of the parents and students agree that the teachers genuinely care about their students, and 90% of the students and parents agree that teachers adequately lead and control the classroom. Moving on over to greatschools.org, they have a rating of 9 out of 10 overall. Looking a little closer at the breakdown on how they rank per subject, they're at 90% in English 3, and the state average is 62%. They're at 88% in Algebra 1, the state average is at 62%. In Geometry, they're at 90%, the state average is 56%. In Biology 1, they're at 90%, and the state average is 56%. In U.S. History, they're at 85%, and the state average is 62%. And in English 2, they're at 99%, with the state average being at 68%. Looking at a few more statistics here, they have a 95% 4-year high school graduation rating, with the state average being at 78%, and their ACT average is a 26, with the state average being a 20. And one more important thing to point out, 68% of the graduates pursue college, the state average is 58%, and 79% of the graduates who attend college return to college for a second year, and the state average is 77%. Okay, so now moving on to the number 1 public high school in Baton Rouge. Can you guess who this is? If you guessed Baton Rouge Magnet High School, you were right on the money. So they're not only the number 1 high school in Baton Rouge, they're the number 1 public high school in Louisiana. So here are their overall grades per niche.com. Looking at their report card, they have an A+ in academics, an A- with their teachers, an A with clubs and activities, an A+ in administration, a B- in food, an A+ in diversity, an A+ in college prep, an A in health and safety, a C- in sports, and an A+ in resources and facilities. They're ranked number 1 out of 104 standout high schools in Louisiana, number 3 out of 360 most diverse public high schools in Louisiana, and the number 3 best magnet high school in Louisiana. They have a 13-to-1 teacher ratio. 75% of the students and parents agree that the teachers give engaging lessons. 81% of the students and parents agree that the teachers genuinely care. 81% of the students and parents agree that the teachers adequately lead and control the classroom. Moving on over to greatschools.org, they have a 10 out of 10 rating. In English 3, they're 98% proficient, with the state average being at 62%. In Algebra 1, they're at 92%, with the state average being at 62%. In Geometry, they're at 95%, with the state average being at 56%. In Biology 1, they're at 98%, with the state average being at 56%. In U.S. History, they're at 97%, with the state average being at 62%. And in English 2, they're at 99%, with the state average being at 68%. 95% of their 4-year high schoolers graduate with a state average being at 78%, and the average ACT score is 26, with the state average being at 20. And 91% of their graduates pursue college, with the state average being at 58%, and 91% of the graduates who went to college return to college for a second year, with the state average being at 77%. So there are your top 3 public high schools in Baton Rouge based upon those 2 resources. Again, if this video helped you at all, please subscribe to this YouTube channel, and also leave me a comment down below, even if you disagree. Again, if you're moving here or you currently reside here in the greater Baton Rouge area, my wife and I serve the Baton Rouge area, Ascension Parish, and Livingston Parish, so please don't hesitate to call us if we can help you in any way. You can contact me on my cell phone at 225-445-0629, my email at bbrowning225@gmail.com, or if you're watching this on social media, you can direct message me. Thank you again for watching, and until next time, be blessed.